Let's see what else.
I see Wendy Williams on the board, Joe. I want to know what that is.
Yeah, it's just sad, man. I'm really sad to hear the two things I've heard about Wendy Williams in the last 48 hours. And salute to Wendy Williams, who I know and love.
We love you, Wendy.
Legend. I heard that she's entering memory care.
What's that?
Which is tough. Memory care is the stage of care, usually in nursing homes, where there's like independent living where you're just kind of in a community of older people, and then there's like skilled nursing where you're getting like somebody helping you with things. Just memory care is when you're at the point where you don't have your bearings, where you have such a cognitive deficit that you may not know what day it is. You might not remember people. It could be there's different kinds of memory care, but ultimately it means you're not in a place to really take care of yourself at all anymore. I spend a lot of time in nursing homes, obviously, with my family. And I mean, memory care is not where you want to be, and you don't return from memory care. You know what I mean? So it's tough. Then the second thing, I just want to pull it up so that I have the exact quote, is that there are reports that people are still not, that her money's not being protected. That people aren't necessarily looking out for her in the way that
when we say people.
Specifically, I'll read the story from New York Magazine. I'm gonna read the quote. Okay. It said then,
fix that mic.
It said then on around January 18th, at Schiller's request, the Miami-Dade Police Department went to Hunter Jr.'s apartment to check on Williams. That's her son. According to sealed court filings. At that time, however, both Williams and her son were at a nearby branch of Wells Fargo, where Hunter Jr. was asking to be granted his mother's power of attorney. They were accompanied by an entertainment lawyer named LaShawn Thomas, an attorney for Williams' ex-husband, Hunter Jr.'s father. Williams was allegedly unresponsive, disoriented, and barely able to write, and so the bank said no. 2 weeks later, Hunter Jr. returned again with his mother. This time, Thomas was on speakerphone, and the two demanded that the bank allow him to withdraw $25,000 of his mother's money. They also insisted that he become the primary contact for her financial affairs. A withdrawal of this size, the bank decided, was, quote, out of character, and they blocked the transaction. Shout out to the bank.
Word.
In response, Hunter Jr. and Thomas allegedly berated employees. Williams, appearing weak, stood aside in silence. When staff tried to speak with her, Hunter Jr. intervened. So
I'm not so fast to shout out the bank, because by Wendy's story, the bank is foul too.
How so?
I'm just saying in just this part here.
I'm just shouting the bank out for not just giving the money over. Yeah. They could be wrong in every other area, but I've just seen people not pay attention to those cues and just give people's money away. But the bank could be completely wrong in all of this. I don't know who's right or who's wrong, but I know those two data points are very alarming to me. One, where Wendy is and what this bank's account is. And the fact that she's in memory care sort of corroborates the story that she wasn't capable of making a decision.
She wasn't of sound mind.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I don't know who's right or wrong. I'm not making any allegations against anybody. But this is a sad story. And if what we read here is true, there's some accountability that needs to be had from members of her family who don't seem to have her best interests at heart, if, again, the accounts are true.
Well, this is real sensitive, because it's basically like a battle of who do you believe, right? Like, there's going to be multiple parties that come out and say Wendy Williams is not of sound mind and health to be able to make certain decisions. But you got Wendy, who's been on this kind of press mission the last few months to say, I'm fine, I can make my own decisions, yada, yada, yada. I don't know enough about it either way, but those are the two sides that I see being fought here.
That's true.
Yeah, the problem is, if you're not of sound mind, you don't know you're not of sound mind. It's like asking a drunk person if they're sober, right? Very few people, can self-assess when they're impaired. And the problem is, if you are having severe mental decline, you don't know you are. You think this is the first time we're having this conversation, and it might be the fifth. And the next time we have it, you're once again going to think it's the second time. So in her mind, she is mentally sure. Again, I'm not a psychiatrist.
Well, to respond to that, I'm not mad at that, right? That's a fair point you made. From Wendy's POV, let's assign someone who is not attached to someone that I have an ongoing legal battle with, or someone that looks to come up off of this decision to determine whether I'm of sound mind.
Right.
Because Wendy has said something about who the judges have appointed, my kid who's tied to my ex-husband who I've had years of ongoing shit with. So there should be someone who's not deemed to profit off the decision that should be able to make the
some neutral
executive. And that's why I don't want the son walking into a bank trying to strong arm, allegedly, not just that, a power of attorney from her or force money. I agree with you.
From my knowledge, the bank can't grant him power of attorney.
No, they can't.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, so you can walk in there. The bank cannot grant you power of attorney. Yeah. So if Wendy Williams is not coherent, the bank is not going to allow her to perform any transactions whatsoever if she's not coherent.
I've seen so many times, unfortunately, in my own family, where elderly people have been strong-armed into the bank. Mom, just come to the bank with me real quick and sign this paper. And a lot of times people in the bank don't care. And maybe if this weren't Wendy Williams, they wouldn't care. They might not have been paying attention to it. You know,
Bro,
the person.
we reported on the story maybe a couple years ago or so.
Over there.
Remember that story? The dude was dead. And he tried to get him in the
Brazil,
bank.
in Brazil. Yeah, she brought her
she
dead
brought the dead dude in there to try to get the money out the bank.
Oh, that's crazy.
Weekend at Johnny's.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Money make you, man. Yeah, money different. It definitely is different.
Well, I prayed for the best for Wendy Williams. I know a lot of
pray
people
for
have strong
Wendy.
feelings about her, but I think whatever you think about Wendy Williams, and I happen to love her,
Same.
no one deserves to
Go through that.
go through this. Nobody.
Yeah, shout out to Wendy Williams.